Okay, I think I fixed it. I've sent Polly the link. All right, this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is not Polly's fault that we are late. It is actually entirely my fault, and by my fault, I entirely mean it's Xfinity's fault, who decided to break the internet earlier today, and then for whatever reason, because my PC isn't onboard Wi-Fi, I used to hook up the internet to my computer. I guess it was being a little bitch. So that's why we're late. I'm so sorry. I had to reboot things and get them all sorted, and it was just. Of course, it didn't help that I was coming back from a date. And that Cole here was following me around the house, tripping me up at any opportunity that he absolutely could. So we will have a show tonight. This is in place of the Saturday show, the normal time, which is supposed to be the normal time, but we have yet to actually adhere to that standard. Unfortunately. It's been a long day. A slight, tension headache right here, but that's okay. It is okay. I'm not going to focus on anything except for the cat on my lap who is demanding my attention and the people in my stream who are also demanding my attention. Hello, everybody. How are we? Everyone, recall that this is Cole. He is an attention whore. He is a 16-year-old domestic long hair. Yes, he has been shaven. Yes, he has no tail. And yes, he is a needy motherfucker who loves his mama. Yes, he does. Are you nuzzling my boob? He is. So, I see we have some people in the chat. We have Lion Patriot, we have Pete, we have Seftis Wolf, we have Evolved Potato, Goodnight Guy, Brad Young, Jordan 250. So glad to see a whole bunch of people in the chat. You know, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And remember, if you would like to have more of the shenanigans, you can subscribe to myself, you can subscribe to Polly, you can join the Discord wherein we find ourselves on occasion in the voice chat for a game night and or movie nights. Those are usually Wednesdays, but I don't know. I'm thinking of toying with the nights a little bit, just so I have the opportunity to do stuff on Wednesday night. And by do stuff on Wednesday night, I mean watch the 100 next week when it is. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe potentially rescheduling it so that I can actually watch that event happen, because it's been an entire fucking final season, mind you. And I haven't seen my boy. Bob Morley has been woefully absent from the entire series, and this is gratefully depressing. Gratefully? Greatly. There we go. Greatly depressing. I'm not grateful for it. I'm actually super salty about it. But he has his reasons, and that's fine. Hi, buddy. Yeah. I got my nails painted. They're a nice light blue color, as you can kind of see. And they look white, but they're actually like a really light blue color. I went with my mom, actually. We've been getting along a little bit better, which is nice. Cool. Say hi to your fans. We went to go get our nails done, which was nice. I got to use her handicap slot thingy. So I just put it behind the mirror and drove us around the town. It was a good time. Not a bad experience. Although, of course, I could only just stay for the nails. And then I had to. Oh, dude! Thanks. Appreciate that. Spectacle. Brilliant. Love it. Great. A good time was had. Let me just plug this back in. Little bastard. Yeah, I love you too. You just gotta chill right there. It's fine. I'm gonna take the headphones off. I don't need them until Polly gets here. It's fine. Yeah, so I went to go get my nails done. It was a nice surprise. I didn't think my mom, she is, so she can, and she did, and it was kind of surreal because I'm coming off of, how old am I? 22? 8 years of not, well, 8 years in reality of having like just no mom figure to do anything with in any capacity, including treat me, but like just in general. Before that, there was slight mom instances wherein your mom provides for you in certain ways, does the things that moms typically do, but it wasn't super frequent. Let me turn this off so that it is that I'm not getting notifications while I'm live. No, it was just a manicure, not pedicure. I got a pedicure the week before with a different mom figure in my life. This was actually with mom, not fake mom. Yeah, so prior to the 8-year hiatus that she took, it was not super frequent either, but that's, woe is me. I don't want to talk about it. I have a little bit of a headache, not gonna lie. I went to I went to a restaurant where they have like an entire line of just different beers, beer taps, which is my boyfriend's wet dream, honestly, because he's a big beer fan. Me, not as much. I'm more of a wine person. But I had 36 fluid ounces of Goose Island SPF, which is not a lot for the avid drinker, but you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that your girl is a little bit of a lightweight. So after that, I was a little bit stumbly. And of course, now I'm not as stumbly. I'm a little bit more with it. Weebo is a lush Assassins of the Grey. You are correct in that respect. So the original plan, let me tell you what the original plan was. The original plan was to host a later night cocktail hour that just transitioned into a noir bar. So hopefully that's still standing. I did say earlier today that the internet was being a little bit of a dick, and then I forgot to update everybody about it. And then I forgot to update my computer about it too. Because here's the thing. Xfinity decided that they wanted to do, I don't even know what in the area. I couldn't begin to process the brain capacity to actually inform you of what they were doing because I have no idea. But they were doing something. And shit was down for a hot minute there. And I had to reboot all of my systems. And the one that I neglected to reboot was this bad boy right here. So while I had scheduled the stream on my laptop, I forgot to do all of the hardware shenanigans, not hardware shenanigans, but all of the other stuff on this one that would have permitted me to use the internet sooner. So that's why we're a little bit late, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. I don't mind. Do they have yardstick-sized beers by any chance? No, it was just one of those like really tall 24-ounce thingies, and then I had a pint, and that was enough for me. It's all good. It's not a big deal. Still on Vista here, says Yukiko Asakura. I'm trying with my white girl English broken voice. Slightly hungover, and I haven't even slept yet. You know, the gummy bear's marinating right downstairs because we're going to do the Lords of the Ring marathon tomorrow, which is why we rescheduled this stream to tonight. Fun stuff. I'm excited. I've never actually had a vodka gummy bear, so we're going to see how this actually works out. If it works out. We'll see. All right. I should probably open up that Streamlabs just in case. It keeps opening up at the same link. Streamlabs. There we go. I did it. Now we see ma. We did it. You yelled at Polly in the Discords? I also yelled at Polly in the Discords. We'll see him soon enough. He'll turn up. This is like his witching hour, you know? He'll be here. I have faith. Let's go to the dashboard. How you doing, Cole? He's sleeping. He's in the coal. He's enjoying himself. Do I have the munchies yet? I thought you only got the munchies when it was that you did weed. And I've not done weed, so no, I do not have the munchies. Hello there, gamer villain. How are you this fine evening? Let me fix the video. I feel like such a Twitch thought right now, which is funny because I got my hat in the mail. Oh, guys. Let me find it. Hang on. It's underneath all my other snapbacks. Because I have a collection, you see. Mama likes her snapbacks. Okay, what I got? Oh, and it's actually right side. I don't have to switch the camera. You can actually see it the way that it's supposed to. See, when I took a picture of it with my phone, I had to flip it the opposite direction so you could actually see it. But this, you can see it. So I got a new hat, as of course intended to promote my lovely Thought Patrol series. You know, the one where I take thoughts from the internet and I patrol their asses. Is it episode 1000 of Minions? I had no idea. Oh my god, I feel like such a dick stepping on their toes. Holy shit, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Oh, I'm such a dick. But yes, so this is a test hat. I originally got this hat just to make sure that it would work, the concept would work on the snapback or just any kind of hat. I have the actual art itself. I just haven't actually initiated it into a thing that produces any merchandise. So if you're looking for a Thought Patrol hat, you will not find it yet. I will announce when that is the case. But yes, this is the first in a long line of Thought Patrol merchandise that I will be launching. Hopefully within the next month, when it is that I launch the next video. That is the intention. I worked very hard on this Photoshop job, not gonna lie. I had to learn how to actually establish whole ass like bubble lettering, not bubble lettering, but the shadow. You see here where it is that it fades in and out? This is all like one giant sticker. It was super complicated, more complicated than when I was producing it in Premiere, which was super easy, super easy. But in Photoshop, this effect is a pain in the ass to achieve. Just saying. Just saying. Wait, so Minions has been on for almost 3 years now, says Joys of Sorrow. Yes. I know they started when I was in college at the very least. Probably, was it when I started college or within the time span that I started college? Within the last 4 years. Maybe more, maybe less. I actually don't know. You know what? We can see. Let's find out. How long have the Minions of the Zoo been on? For those of you unfamiliar with the Minions of the Zoo, the Minions of the Zoo is a group of streamers. And they branched off. They're like a fan group of the Lords of the Night, or a lot of them were fans of Lords of the Night, and they branched off to create their own group of people who like to stream. And so that's how they came about. I actually don't know where they got their name from. Yes, they were formed in 2017. Hot diggity. Yes, their description is a group of gifted but underappreciated misfits talking about whatever is on our minds that night. Usually the show takes place after Lords of the Night airs, so they can just kind of talk about whatever. Because, you know, Lords of the Night is great. but they're super structured in what it is that they talk about. And so that doesn't leave a lot of opportunity to kind of branch out or delve into a concept so much. And so I think that's what, and my formulated to kind of further engage that topic or certain topics. But don't quote me on that, because I'm also hungover and I'm only like, how would one say? Not exactly a member, but I'm like parallel to. I'm tight with a lot of minions, yo. Michael Hatfield says they started on the Ranting Monkeys Discord. Yes, they did. I do recall that that's where they started. But that's not where I first encountered them. Definitely it was afterwards on stream. And yes, within Discord, but not Ranting Monkeys Discord. They were from Monkeys Discord, and most had animal avatars. You know what? I'm actually learning a lot today about the people that I've been hanging out with for the past 3 years. Okay, this is very interesting. I feel like I'm learning a crap ton. I did not realize that that was the origin. I actually had no idea that's where they got their name from. I just know that they do a lot of talking. A lot of talking. And they're great to talk to, too. Great to spin ideas off of. Great to kind of off of, too. Great community of people. I've never had an issue with any one of them. You know, just definitely go check them out. Here is a link to their channel. You go right ahead. And I think we have a number of them in the chat at the moment as well, is the thing. Pete says, if I remember right, it was Platy who came up with the name Minions. Yes. You know, it's funny, because I don't actually know how many members of the Minions there are. I'm just familiar with a number of the Minions. It sounds bad. Does anyone actually have like a running total? Oh, they're on now? I should go say hi. Let's go say hi. All right, hang on. We're going to do a thing. We're going to cheer myself up. I've had a long, trying, difficult day. And I think I need to irritate some minions. All right, watch this. Application window, Chrome tab. We're going to stream snipe. It's fine, though.
Rather than...
Oh, hang on. Oh, it's Sanguine is speaking. Hi, Sanguine. How are you? Oh, no. Shit. I accidentally skipped the stream. Look. Sanguine, Eeyore, Hammer, Mr. Adam, Inquisitor, and Blind Press. I'm just going to turn them down a little bit because I don't actually want to stream snipe them. We're going to do this. We're not going to do this for super long. Anyway, I just want to say hi. I wish I could spell words. Congrats. Seriously, guys, skip my show if you want to. Go give them some views. Seriously, do it. This is their 1000th show. This is kind of a big deal. Honestly, it's a big deal. I can't believe it. Fat congrats. I'm so proud. I'm a proud mama. I'm gonna cry. I don't know why. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm so proud. What a feat. What a feat. I don't think I've actually lasted an entire 1,000 episodes on any one of the stream shows that I've been on, which is sad, But it's fine. It's fine. We don't mind. All right. Sorry for gate crashing. Okay. All right. We're going to stop sharing so that, they can do their thing. We'll do our thing. What are we going to do today, ladies and gentlemen? If Polly is going to be super late, then we're going to have to come up with something to actually talk about. And that is unfortunate because I have absolutely nothing prepared. Does anyone else have anything to come up with? Because I don't. Most of the things that I want to talk about, probably not supposed to talk about because they're personal stuff. But that's fine. I'm a woman. It is what it is. Minions are fine folk, but they're boring. Lion, don't be a butthole. Come on, man. Come on. Maybe, like, if they were talking about something that you found super interesting, maybe then. Maybe. Unholy Reaper. Oh, hang on. Wrong person. It's weird not seeing Reject as her and Hammer started the Minions. Well, Hammer was there, but Reject is probably busy. I know they rotate Zookeepers. That's the one thing that I'm like certain about with their history is that they rotate Zookeepers. I don't know what her night is, or if she still has a night. Your girl Weebo, Mama has not been super on the up and up with regards to the stream shows that she has been on, with regards to the people that she has made friends with, except for those who actually like intentionally reach out to me, or every once in a while if I like see someone in a Minions Discord chat or whatever, then I'll like interact. I know we've had a few birthdays recently, definitely, but for the life of me I couldn't tell you whose birthdays. But I've been so distracted as of late with just IRL shenanigans, and you know what, it's kind of bogging me down. So I feel like we should return to our roots, ladies and gentlemen, because I have the house to myself, and I feel like it's a good time to do all of that nonsense. Assassin of the Grey, Weebo Jones, Ghost of Tsushima received a perfect score by the premier Japanese game review magazine, a rare accomplishment. The SJWs are freaking out. See, I haven't really been keeping up with that, and it's not because... No, it's actually because I don't care. I have not played Tsushima. I don't know anything about Japanese premier gaming review magazines. Honestly, the things that I care right now, like the most pressing issues that I have at this juncture. Yes, I have been house hunting, Daniel Fullman, house hunting in that sense. Mostly it's been apartment hunting. I have considered the possibility of a townhouse and or a condo or something of that nonsense. I don't know yet. I'm working on it. It's not a super fun process. I'm a little bit stressed out, not gonna lie. I'm working on not being super stressed out. But there has been a little bit of drama in the YouTube community. And oh no. Sorry, my scrunchie has been tattered. This is horrible. That whole defaulting to YouTube, Twitter drama shenanigans. But hang on. This would be super easy if I weren't blocked by him. But Quentin Reviews, who is a YouTuber that I'm actually not familiar with, which is hilarious to me because, well, I got blocked by him somehow. I don't know how, but he made a post, and everyone and their mother has been mocking said post, and I chimed in because while I'm technically blocked by him on the main account, I do have a few supplementals that I can turn to when it is load. Please load. Thank you. And the original post was of Quentin saying exactly what it is that I'm saying here in this post that I made to Twitter. But the picture itself was the one of Sargon Chris Reagan, just a whole bunch of the commentators from 2016 with the Kekistan flag. And they're all like joined up. Hang on. Does anyone have that actual image? There it is. I got it. Here we go. It was this picture. God damn it. Hang on. Open. It was this picture. So it was this picture within the actual Quentin Reviews tweet, but attached to that tweet was the following. Sometimes I think about how close I came to being in this photo. Like I was hanging out with a bunch of these people that day, and I can assure you I was stupid enough in 2016 to join in if anyone asked. And I decided to take the meme to its most logical conclusion because everyone was taking the quote, like text from his tweet and copy pasting it to other images of the original image, this thing, but just anything. And I think the best example of that is if we go to the next 6 minutes, because I know he was doing a lot of that nonsense today. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. With that image, it actually, to be quite frank, he did it so many times that it got to the point where I was like, dude, 60? Look at that. 14 hours ago. That was the last one. Let's see. How many times did he do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 different times. Yeah, so he did it 15 different times. I only did it once, but I think mine kind of, did the damage. It won the internet. It did what it was intended to do. It was pretty funny because you could text. And usually that only happens in like small little bite-sized chunks and it's not a big deal. But with this, you could literally do it with any group of people. And that was it. It was beautiful. I did win the meme. 60, that was too many times. One would have sufficed. You only need to do one. But 15, oh boy. Oh boy. I was about ready to slide into your DMs and be like, all right, 60, I'm going to take your keyboard away from you. No more. Nada. Confiscated. It's funny. But only once. You can't have all the good memes, son. Oh, I have a Streamlabs. Is that the case? Thank you, Alpha and Omega, for the donation. Just want to get this donation thing rolling, smiley face. Well, I do appreciate that. And then the next 6 minutes for 3 says, I say we should stream raid both the Minions and Irving Twin on Craig Bragg's channel. Both are streaming right now. Also buy this girl's merch. Yeah, I will have some merch coming out when it is that I intend to upload a video next about Paw Patrol. Not next, because that one's going to be a little bit more serious. I am working on it, but it was really hard to work on an actual video today because the internet decided to commit seppuku. So, that is unfortunate. What else happened today? Daniel Fullman, do you treat bartenders differently now that you've been on that side? Yes, and it's not just bartenders actually. So as someone who makes most of their cash monies on tips, which is really nice by the way, I have realized that not stiffing, but how do I put this without sounding like a giant dick? So my entire life, the example that was set for me was to take the bill and calculate what's 20% of the bill and add it onto the final total, and that's the tip. And usually you pay with like your debit card or whatever. But now I've realized that 20% of the bill might not always be enough, especially if you are enjoying the bartender's service while it is that rush hour is hitting. You know, if it's a big, heavy hour of rush that they're getting hit with at the same time that you're trying to order a drink, definitely go a little bit higher. But also, in addition to that, cash is king, baby. Cash is king. And the reason why I say that is because credit has like history. You have to report that. But cash, you're a little bit more flexible with. Certainly, I report my cash tips. But, you know, cash is king. Tips confuse me, says Upside Down Harriet. Harlan. Sorry. I misread the L instead of an I. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they can be confusing if you're not in the United States, but once you've had one of those jobs where you're in the food service industry and you're actually serving people and you're getting paid less than the actual minimum wage, you realize pretty quickly that, hey, yes, tips are the best. Because even as a bartender, I'm not making as much as a waitress would, or I'm making more than a waitress would, but I'm still not making above minimum wage for my state, which would be maybe $2 more. So I'm making $6 an hour. And sometimes it's just sitting there doing nothing, which is fine. I'm still getting paid $6 an hour to do nothing, which is why I bring my laptop and maybe a book. But when it's super busy, $6 an hour is definitely not going to cut it for the amount of work that it is that I actually do in that moment. It's a lot. So it's a good idea to go above and beyond in that respect. I appreciate my patrons. Some of them are the most fantastic people that you could ever meet, tip-wise and just conversational-wise. They like to talk to me. They like to engage with me. They like me, which is really nice because, I have a personality sometimes that's not always agreeable, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But it is what it is. And then there are a few individuals that are a little bit stingy. Like I have a guy who buys Mike's Hards every Tuesday. And he comes in, he gives me a $5, and it's like $4.50 for a Mike's Hard. I give him the 50 cents. He takes that and not a tip, not a single itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, yellow polka dotted quarter for my troubles. Not even a one. And usually people, on a bill that size, at least we'll leave the 50 cents. Or maybe $1.50. Maybe $2.50. My really, really awesome guys will leave me like $3.50 for a $3.50 bottle of beer. Go those guys. It's after a while you get to know who is super stingy with their cash. There are a few other patrons that are like that. A few other noticeable patterns in tipping tendencies. It's funny, my stingiest tippers are definitely the elderly white men, but my most generous tippers are also the elderly white men. So I don't mean to be super stereotypical about it, but it's usually individuals you can pick out. After a while, you figure out who is and who isn't. It's not based off of ethnicity or age or gender or whatever. Although it can be every once in a while. But not so much amongst the whiter crowds, I will say. What else? I try to offer people good service regardless of how I know they're going to tip me. Just because it makes me feel better about myself and the way that it is that I conduct myself. And then I know that, hey, my other patrons, they see this kind of behavior and they take note and they're like, oh, she's trying. She's trying. So, maybe a little bit extra dollar here for this. Gamer Veline says, if your tips don't bring your hourly income to minimum wage, your employer is supposed to fill that in. Oh yeah, it brings it up to minimum wage. It brings it up to more than minimum wage. I'm good with what it is that I make. It's just that the first like 3 hours on a Thursday morning are going to be super slow, and then it picks up because that's when people come in. Because yes, I start work on Thursday mornings at like 8 o'clock because we got some like 1 or 2 people who are early drinkers, which is fine. But it's unfortunate that they're the reason that I have to come in that early. I also have to make the bar food too and just leave it out under the heating apparatus that we have so that I can bring it out to people when it is that they come in because they want to eat stuff. It's a really interesting establishment. I don't want to like give too much away about it. But yeah, we got ready-made food. So sandwiches, hot dogs, Polish sausages, brats, all that jazz. Pete, do you flaunt your goodies to get a better tip? I hear that is a very effective way of getting a higher percentage. I don't flaunt them, but I mean, you could tell that there's not really a difficulty in terms of presenting the ladies if I'm wearing the right shirt. They just happen to be on display if I'm wearing the right shirt, and my not chosen my I have a uniform, but it's not really a uniform. It's just wear black. Most of my black shirts do show off at least a little bit, but not excessively. Travis Mettingley. Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I am. 50 cents. Isn't coin currency fading out? Lol. I heard pennies were going out, but I don't actually know how far they've progressed in terms of like actually being non-existent. Yeah, Blunty Blondie. You don't have to if you have them. If I have, yeah, I have them, so I don't really need to flaunt anything. They just kind of happen to be there. It just is a nice circumstance. It happens. It happened. If you're Mettingly says assassins with gray. Yep, I think I got it. I got it. I got it. It's fine. Daniel Fullman, are female customers bad? Do they see you as competition for their men? I get a few regular females, but they don't really mind me because I don't get a lot of male customers. At least I hope they don't see me as something that can be achieved. Of course, I'm super naive in that respect, not gonna lie. It kind of reminds me of the way that it is that a lot of my YouTube fan base views me, and that a large percentage of them see me as, and this is my speculation, the little sister slash daughter figure more so than a possible hookup. Oh god, that sounds so bad, but that's just the way that I kind of like understand our relationship for the most part. Every once in a while, you'll get a guy who's like, "Can I toss your salad?" And I am like, I have to look that up. Oh no, that's inappropriate. Shit. It happens. It happens from time to time, but for the most part, I don't get a lot of that kind of attention, at least blatantly. It doesn't happen like you would expect feminists to make me believe that it does. Most of everyone is kind, considerate, well behaved, despite the fact that they're, you know, drinking copious amounts of alcohol. So it's fine. Is Polly aware that there is a stream tonight? He is. We scheduled it. He knows. He emailed me about He texted me about it earlier, but I think this is where I have to take guilt. I did say something about, hey, potentially my internet's going to be out, so I don't know if we're going to have a show tonight. So, oopsies. Let's see. What else we got? Blunty Blondie. Sorry, I know these are your questions, but I've been bartending for a long time. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it, girlfriend. Do what you gotta. Wait, wait for it, Weebo. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Most of my regulars come in on a pretty regular basis. It's like their place to hang out, and they do that mostly for the gambling because we do have the slots, for the company of the other regulars that are in the bar, and for the cheap ass booze that we have, and maybe just to hang out with me, to say hi. They feel, for whatever reason, they're super invested in like how successful I'm doing. They're like, have you gotten a job yet? When do you start? Are you going to be working here for very much longer since you got that job? Weebo, where are you going to go? Are you going to move? Are you going to quit? Nah. Like, it feels like the conversations that I would have with my father, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, uncles, aunts. It's more familial than it is sexually familiar, you know? In that way. It's super friendly. It's a great time. I like my patrons a lot. Morning drinkers are fun, says Blunty Blondie. I haven't had one that was super wasted. They mostly come in, grab their drink, and then leave. Because the way that my establishment is set up is that they have the opportunity to go do other activities once they leave my establishment. They just come in for a to-go beer and then they leave, which is really nice. Because then I get a little bit of downtime, but I still get frequent traffic. So the only time that it is that I have people who actually sit down in the bar and hang out with me, because we have a patio too, and a lot of people like to sit on the patio. The only time that they're actually in the bar chilling with me is if they're super regular and they just show up by themselves because they're like, I just want to chill, hang out. It is what it is. Brad Young, what's the worst a man has said to you in Discord? That you're pretty or something like that? Actually, no. I've had, oh god. Wow. Now that I'm put on the spot, I can't really come up with an example. I've had, just in general on the internet, I've had people threaten to cannibalize me. I've had people ask to toss my salad. My mentions in the YouTube comments have gotten to a point that made me, I want to say, uncomfortable, but also they were laughable comments because I didn't take them seriously because there was no reason to take them seriously. I've had doxing threats. I've had a guy who tried to blackmail me with my doxing information in order to extort nude photos out of me. And this was not Renegade. He's not clever enough for that by any stretch of the imagination. But this was back when uh, there were. This was, I think, 2017, 2016. I want to say 2017 when it was that we had more, not more pedophile activity on Twitter, but definitely there was like a contingent of pedophiles on Twitter that I accidentally happened to stumble upon and argue with. I don't know why I started arguing with a bunch of people that thought it was morally acceptable to do anything of that nature with a child, but there I was impassionately explaining to a bunch of grown-ass adults why this was not okay. Then the next thing I know, someone is calling me out on Twitter with my real name. And then we're DMing back and forth, and they have my real name, my dad's real name, my brother's real name. And they're like, I could call him right now and tell him something. Or you could just not disagree with pedophiles anymore. It was really weird. It was scary, but it was a really weird experience at the same time because you wouldn't expect a disagreement on the internet to invoke that kind of just real world shenanigans. But it did. Not that anything actually came of it. It just kind of fizzled out after 24 hours, but it was still, wow, just woo. And here we are talking about this lovely topic. Yes, there are a number of fuckheads on the internet meandering about doing a lot of shit. I don't even know, quite frankly. I am of the impression that no, I'm not of the impression. I'm 92% sure. No, make that 75% sure that this, looking back, was some sort of gay internet 4chan op thing that happened. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a fun time. But it probably wasn't legit. They were probably just trolling me. And I took the bait. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that for the most part, there's probably a lot of trolls on the internet that are trolling, and that you shouldn't take the bait as often as you do. Of course, then there are also check marks that are not trolling and are completely serious, unfortunately, and that's where it starts getting a little bit scary. Actually, a lot of it scary in certain aspects. Gamer Valine. Oh, send them my way. I'm 32. Are they gonna call my mom? Yeah, it's a very interesting thread. To level at someone who's at the time, what was I, 17, 18? No. I was like 19 at college. It's a very interesting threat to level at someone who's 19 at college, that you're going to call their father on them for disagreeing with pedophiles on Twitter. Like, what? Of course, that wasn't the only thing that it was that they leveled at me. They like I said, they tried to extort me into meeting up with them in private to take saucy photographs of my barely legal body. It was an experience. Of course, I said no. Otherwise, you would probably have stumbled upon them at some point in your traversing's of the internet. But thinking about it now, that whole experience was just wow. And here's the kicker. The way that I got them to back off is I threatened them with the FBI. I don't know how that worked. I genuinely don't know how that worked because I don't know how that worked. But it did. And all of a sudden I was just like, I have all of the power now because this guy was, I am a Russian migrant with a family of 3 and I'm just trying to make money and please don't call the FBI on me and yada yada yada. And he was probably, pulling my leg at the time, but it worked and it was over like that. And I never heard from them again. And the account just stopped existing. But so what was really like fucked up about this was that they had my boyfriend's father's picture as an avatar. And that was how they were contacting me on Twitter. I have all of the screenshots, actually. I have them both censored and uncensored somewhere on my hard drive. But it was really freaky because the name that they had was Mr. and then my boyfriend's last name with my boyfriend's father. And it was just, that was what I think freaked me out the most initially, was that, because that was jarring and they were using my real name and yeah. It was freaky. I'm telling Dad you did a no-no is basically what they were threatening. And it's not even a no-no. Because who's gonna discipline their daughter for disagreeing with pedophiles on the internet? Like, no, I don't think you should be playing hide the zucchini with a 5-year-old. Sorry, Jan, but I just don't think that's the way. Jesus would not have wanted that for any of his children. Please do not. Let's stop. Yeah, this show got really interesting. Yeah, that was really fucked up. And that's not even the weirdest thing that's happened. We're just gonna go all out. I've had to call my local sheriff's department and tell them that I was being threatened with a swatting because that was legit enough of a concern that I needed to do that. Not that my actual personal information is just out there for everyone to know. Unless you actually know some of my personal information, I don't think you would actually be able to find it. But apparently, you know, I should be concerned in certain instances. So I was, and I took those steps. And that wasn't even that many years ago. That was within the last 6 months that happened. That was fun. That lasted, that worry in the pit of my stomach lasted for a solid 24 hours. Of course, nothing came of it, but it's still good to contact your local sheriff's department and be like, hey, put me on this white list and don't swat my house, please and thanks. Yeah, Grim Grinner knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was all hell the blue whale. It was I want to say adjacent to, but not recently related to a blue whale stream. No, AP told me that was what was going to happen because he gave me the heads up that someone was talking about it through another third party that had shared screenshots with him. So yeah, it was it was a whole ass thing. Yeah, people, it's interesting. People try to scare you on the internet, and most of it is just in that moment what they can do to freak you out, to psych you out, to make you feel like you're cornered and you should panic and you should lash out. And the thing to do then is not any of that. What you do is you react calmly, you access your support system, you tell them what's going on, and then you do not freak out about it online. That's what I've learned over the years. You don't react. You do not tell people that this is a thing and it's not okay. You let them think either you don't know or you don't care or it doesn't bother you or whatever. Pick your fancy. And 9 times out of 10, it just goes away. Of course, I haven't always been super great about that. Every once in a while, a troll comes around. Not even trolls sometimes. Sometimes they're just nut cases on the internet that just come out of the woodworks and they're like, I bet it's time for me to harass Weebo. And that does happen every once in a while. I get random ads in Twitter and I get random comments in my YouTube videos and I get, messages, screenshots of messages from people on Discord of harassers that I've had before that are just like, yeah, this person's talking about you again. And I'm like, okay. And I won't say anything initially until it gets to a certain point. So when I have said something about it, at least in Scooby's case, that was just to kind of alert the media, hey, clear my name, this is what's going on. I'm not actually a dick. This is just a rumor that someone's spreading about me, or this is what's going on, and this is the kind of person that I don't want to associate with because of these reasons. Hey, this is my ex-streaming co-host, and this is why we no longer talk anymore. Or in the case of YouTube Renegade, that was just for shits and giggles because that boy is harmless. Even though he threatened to cannibalize me, harmless. harmless, gay-ass fucking joy. Just a good old time all around. Because if you look at our interactions, it's just fun. At least for me. I don't know about him. I don't know what he gets out of it, but I just have a good time. It's a shame. I don't feel like I've actually heard from him in forever. And that deeply saddens me. But hopefully it's for the best. Hopefully he's moved on. Hopefully he's been medicated and he has something to look forwards to. You know? I feel like I've been annoying chat a little bit too much. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry that also Polly has not come to the stream yet. But I do feel like that's partially my fault because of the fact that I didn't actually update him on the status of my internet like I said I was going to. But that's fine. Daniel Fullman, when you get popular enough, you make enemies. You do. And it doesn't really take a lot of clout to get to that point. And here's the thing. Okay, wow, voice crack. Here's the thing. Enemies come very easily, and usually the most serious ones are before you've actually hit, like, the big leagues. Because everything's super petty and competitive at this level. I don't know why. Genuinely, I don't. There's when you're a D-list YouTuber, there's no reason to be super competitive like we are. We are. I'm not including myself in this camp of people, but I'm at that level where it's like do or die. It's like get down to the nitty-gritty or perish. It's have the right politics or you out. It's get in with the right crowd or not at all. It's super high school. I don't have another word for it, but that's really what it is. It's super high school. And that's not everybody. But it's a number of people that I've interacted with on the internet. And wow, I'm really shilling out a whole bunch of shenanigans. But yeah, I've met a number of people that are very into it like that. Like it's high school. Like whatever lunch table you sit at during lunch period is going to determine your status in the social hierarchy for the rest of your life and determine where it is that how successful you are completely, like just outright. And you wouldn't think that at the level that it is that I'm talking about, give or take a few hundred subscribers. But yeah, give or take a few thousand, actually. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. And it boggles my mind. And maybe that's because this YouTube was never something I intended to do as a career. Maybe it's because I never intended for my personality to be the thing that makes me the money that would help me sustain myself. You know, maybe I have less maybe it's because I have less pressure on presenting myself in a certain way to be successful that I don't feel like I need to be high school about this. Maybe I'll grant that. But at the same time, right, I haven't gotten to the level that I'm at and acting super high school about it. I've gotten where I am by being friendly, by being genuine, by engaging with my audience, by interacting, you know, with you guys in a real way. Like I've cried on stream for you guys before, and I hate crying in public, but I felt like it needed to be done. I've cried in videos. I made a Father's Day video, and I did not intend to cry in that Father's Day video. Actually, it was a Mother's Day video, but it was for my dad. So technically, it was a Father's Day video. It was a Happy Mother's Day video dedicated to my father. And I actually teared up a little bit. Like, I scripted the whole last thing, but everything, I meant everything. And I actually started tearing up as I was saying what it was that I had scripted. That was how real and raw it was that I felt about the topic that I was talking about. Like, at a certain point, you don't need to manufacture a personality to be popular or to be successful or to garner a bunch of people that actually like you. You just need to be you. And I feel like not everyone quite gets that. Because people approach this with the understanding that it's formulaic. It needs to be hyperanalyzed. It needs to be assessed over and over again. It needs to be scrutinized with a fine-tooth comb. And that's just one that's stressful as fuck. I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it. I could not do it for the life of me. But two, that's ingenuine. Yeah. How did we even get here? What were we talking about that led to this? Wow, I'm getting like super upfront. Thank you, Grim Grinners. He said that was a great video. Or that was a good video. Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny about that? The Mother's Day video that I dedicated to my dad. A few things. So that was actually a collab between me and my brother. I had approached my brother previously with the request that he learn this song. It was Brian's song on the piano that my dad had used to play for us when we were kids, because my dad, he plays the piano. He doesn't do it very often anymore, but the one song that I remember from my childhood him playing was Brian's song, and oh my freaking god, he could play the shit out of that thing. And it was kind of like it was the family song, which is sad because it was a super depressing song if you ever saw the movie, but I digress. And so I had my brother learn to play that thing. And dad knew that he was practicing it because this was when I was at college, but my brother was still at home in high school. And so he practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And dad didn't know why it was that he was learning so hard on the Brian song aspect, but he did. And finally he recorded it for me. And the recording, not gonna lie, not the best recording, but this was before my brother actually got serious about audio production and music composition and everything that goes into that. So right now he could make me a nice piece and it wouldn't sound like complete ass, but I did have to finagle with the audio that he sent me because I couldn't just ask him for another one because I was editing it the night before when he sent it to me. He sent it to me last minute, and one, problem. Two, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I'll work with what I got. So I finagled it. It worked out well because it didn't actually get copyright struck, but it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. It was a collab between myself and my brother. And once I had uploaded that, I had to make sure that my dad actually saw the video because my dad doesn't actually watch my YouTube channel unless he's directed to do so by someone else. So I had my brother play it for him on the Apple TV downstairs on Mother's Day, which I think was Mother's Day falls on a Sunday. So I had him play that for him on the TV, like have him sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to play this thing for you. Weebo made it. Enjoy. And I think I wasn't there, so I didn't actually get to see it because I was away at college. But my brother told me, I think he said our dad cried a little bit. Yeah. That was me trying to like dedicate something to my dad so that he was aware of how grateful I was for everything that he's ever done for me. But the other funny thing about that was a few days later, I got a text message from my mother who was not happy at all with the fact that I posted that video. In her opinion, she thought that it was a little bit disrespectful because she was of the mind that despite everything that it was that she put me through, despite the fact that she hadn't seen us in forever, and all of this other family drama that was going on. Despite everything, you know, she was still our mom. She was the one that pushed us out and whatnot. And that was just, you know, not respectful at all and not 100% true from her perspective. But it was how I felt, was very true. I can't remember precisely everything that I said in the video, but my dad most certainly was my mother figure where it was that I was lacking one for a long time. Anyway. Yeah. It's one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. Not gonna lie. It was a good video. Proud of it. Proud of what that did. Because the other goal that I had in posting that video wasn't just to tell my dad how much I appreciated him. Certainly that was the main primary goal, but the byproduct that I had hoped would come from making it super public was to express that level of gratitude on behalf of any other children out there who are the children of like single father parent homes. Because a lot of my channel growth occurred from what it was that I was posting at the time. And a lot of what I was posting at the time was hashtag everything is sexist, things that had to do with men's rights issues. And a big part of that had to do with family courts, family custody, child support, all that jazz. Everything that had to do with, not everything, but a lot of it encompassed fathers and fathers' rights and all of the father drama that goes along with the court system, which I happen to be acutely aware of from a child of the family courts perspective. Not gonna lie, my parents' divorce was significantly impactful on how it is that I view the world today. With a slight bit of pessimism, not gonna lie. But my intention in posting that video was to maybe give a little bit of hope to other fathers out there, to give them some sort of fighting pep, because a number of them, in my experience talking to them, because I have had a number of them come to me in like DMs and in emails and in comments and say, hey, I'm discouraged because I feel like if I put my kids through this, that, and the other shenanigans, they'll resent me. They'll be worse for wear. They'll be unhappy. Just a whole bunch of negative, pessimistic thinking, which is fair. But at the same time, you have to consider what is in the best interest of your child when making decisions. And sometimes maybe not fighting for your family might be in the best interest. I don't know. Personally, in my circumstances, I know for a fact that if my father had not fought for me, had not shilled out an ass ton of money for custody over my brother and myself, had not maintained that stance for as long as he needed to, I want to say, see, my parents got divorced at 6, so 12 years, a 12-year stretch. Oh, it would have not been a good time for me. I would not be the woman that you see sitting here before you. I would not have the degree that I have. I don't know if I would have graduated high school or if I would have been a police explorer, or if I would have taken all those AP classes, or if I would have been in honors choir, or just if I would have been, I know that I would not have been in my current relationship, because the reason why I ever met my boyfriend was because we moved back to my childhood home from where it is that we had moved to initially. I am who I am because of my father. I have a number of his personality traits, whether they've been instilled in me by him or if I've just picked up on them because he modeled things for me, or if I'm just a copy paste of my father in certain respects. I like who I am. I enjoy, for the most part, everything about my life as it is today. And I wouldn't change the way that he reared me, if that makes sense. So yeah, I appreciate my dad. Sorry guys, this got really heavy really fast. I'm just going from deep topic to deep topic to deep topic to deep topic. There's no fun here to be had. Sorry. Yes, we are still waiting on Polly. I am consistently checking the Discord to see if he is still here. You know what sucks is that Polly doesn't update his availability status on the Discord, which is fine. You know, he can do that. But also sad and depressing. Okay. My father has earned my gratitude from years and years and years of thankless dedication to both of his children. That man is my hero. Yeah, and not everyone has my happy ending with regards to divorced parents and their fathers, and that sucks. Um, it really does. If you look at the statistics of fatherless households, it's not good. It's sad. Not saying that it's always destined to be hopeless, but it's statistically not ideal. The outcomes are less than what you would want. I'm talking teenage pregnancy rates, imprisonment, drug use. Take your pick fancy of things that happen in youths that you don't want to have happen to the youths. Assassins of the Grey. You need an acoustic guitar in your lap to look even more sincere. I have one downstairs. I have a 6-string and a 12-string. But it's been a while since I actually touched the damn things. So I can't guarantee that I would actually be good at it anymore, is the thing. Unfortunately. Okay, so since Polly's not here, I think we're only going to go for the actual hour and a half allotment time and cut it off at 1:30. So that gives us, what, 17 minutes more? Y'all to ask questions. So go ahead. Shoot me your questions. And the first one we have is from Brad Young. You can play. So it's actually a funny story. Let's see. I was a sophomore in high school when I first learned to play the guitar. And the only reason I decided to sit down and actually learn how to play chords, not that I'm very good. I can't read tab, and bar chords are the bane of my existence because I have really tiny hands. So I can't actually fit most of my fingers around the neck of the guitar, unfortunately. But so the reason why I decided to play the guitar was because I was writing a lot of angsty breakup songs because my longest relationship at the time, 6 months, my boyfriend at the time, my ex-boyfriend, had broken up with me. And I needed a distraction. I needed a way to vent my feelings. So I took up the guitar and I started writing really, really, really angsty breakup songs, full Taylor Swift style. Yep. And that's my greatest shame. I still have them. I could probably record one. It wouldn't be good though. It wouldn't be good though. But I could find one. I could pick it out. I think I have them still on my hard drive. I don't know if I want to expose you guys to that cringe fest. Oh gosh. But yeah. So the last time I broke up with somebody or someone broke up with me, I learned how to play the guitar. If El Boyfriendo ever breaks up with me, I'll probably learn how to play the cello. Just because we also have one of those in the household, so I'll just go nuts. Will we get a violin stream? Hopefully at some point. The problem is, I told you all that not El Boyfriendo, Weebro is a musician. Well, Weebro decided that he needed 2 bows for his violin because he's at school on a violin scholarship. And so he took my bow as a spare bow in case he ever needs a spare bow. So I don't have a bow at the house. I mean, I do. It's the cello bow, but it's not a full-size violin bow, so it would be a problem. But I could go find it and see, make sure that he didn't actually take it. But I wouldn't want to leave you guys for a super long time. I have to go all the way downstairs and grab it. And then there's no guarantee that there's an actual bow. I want to hear you play. Get some practice in, please. I mean, I guess I could do something. Maybe. Pete, have you and current El Boyfriendo made a date for the big day, or at least planned for a certain year? So we don't actually have a date. We're not engaged is the problem. And we don't have plans to be engaged until we've lived together for at least a year. After that, whatever happens, happens. Low key, he's told me he has absolutely no problem with going to the courthouse and eloping tomorrow if I was comfortable with that. But personally, I think that it would be a wiser decision to live with each other first before we actually took that leap. Although my resolve is cracking. I'm not gonna lie. Brad Young. Better that he takes your boat. You say that because every single time they see each other, it's like they flirt with each other. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. But all of the men in my life are secure enough in their masculinity that they don't have a problem flirting with each other in a completely like asexual way, just to piss me off. I know I've made mention of this before, and it's always strange when I articulate it, but until you see what's going on, you don't understand what's going on or what it is that I'm trying to express. Because it sounds probably like I'm describing some sort of homoerotic my brother and my boyfriend, or my boyfriend and my best friend from college, or my boyfriend and the gun guy at the store. But like, it's not sexual. It's just not, it's not camaraderie. It's more than friendly, but less than, nah, I don't know how to say it. It's weird. But it's completely normal at this point in my life because it's everyone. It's everyone. But that's how you know you're completely just sincere in your masculinity, is if you can flirt with other men, apparently. How far away is your job? Could you live at home? So my job is tentatively supposed to start the 17th. So in 10 days. It'll be a Monday. Not next week, but the week after that. I'm excited. And could I live at home? I mean, I will live at home until it is that I find a space. I have everything else. I just need a place to sit all of my furniture and shit. And El Boyfriendo's furniture and shit. So that's the problem. And we got to find one that works for both of us. And since he has a cat, yeah, that's a thing. But we're working on it. We're talking about it. Brad Young, a test run is always a good idea. I agree. I think it's a great idea. And, you know, people have made mistakes from just rushing into things. And I hate rushing into things. I hate it. I hate it. Was the boat hoist ever fixed? It was. We got it fixed literally the weekend or 2 weekends after it had almost killed me. So we don't have to worry about that anymore, except for, just ensuring that it doesn't fray in a way that would break it ever again. Hopefully. Hopefully. Pete, I think living together first is a great idea. By the way, you don't truly know someone until you've lived with them. Yes, exactly. That's the whole point, is getting to know all of his dirty little habits and him getting to know all of my dirty little habits. Because we've been together for 5 years and change, but we've never actually lived with each other. I mean, he's come to visit me. I've stayed the weekend at his. But that's not the same thing as living together. With the stress of 2 people's schedules and meals and all of the other things that go into maintaining a house. That's a leap. And it's one that I'm willing to take with him. We just have to find a place. It's actually, I'm impatient to take that leap. Low key, high key, full key. I'm ready. I've been ready for the last 6 months, not gonna lie. Daniel Fullman, how goes the self-designed merch? Okay, so I can show you a sneak peek of what it is that I'm thinking of putting out. The Thought Patrol stuff, here it is. Let me pull it up. The Thought Patrol stuff was a dick to make, but I think it was definitely worth it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Holy shit. Mama's tired. Brand's not rich. Where is it? Nope. Okay. Thought. Okay, I only have the intro on here. Okay, I know where it is. It's probably on my laptop, isn't it? I put the promos in the special section of Discord that no one else is allowed to know about. Dun dun dun! Has image. I'll break it out. I'll bust it out. Ha ha ha. And not for noobs, but I won't actually show you the thing. But I do have to find the images. Okay. That one. That one. What else is there? Those work. Okay. Got them. Here's one. Application window. Here's one model that I've been working with. So we got the general metallic looking Thought Patrol thing that would go on the hat, obviously, up here. But then we also have this. Oh, you can't really see it, but it would look really good on a black screen. How do I get it so you can see it? Oof. Okay. I'm sorry. You can't really see it very well like this, but pretend there's a black screen right here, back here, where it is that you can't actually see anything. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. It's black and white, though. That's the point I'm trying to make here. It's black and white, mostly white, but it's got that nice tint to it that makes it look really nice under a darker background. I'm really proud of what it is that I've done here, not gonna lie. But those I will put on t-shirts and hats and maybe mugs at some point in the near to soon future. I just have to actually take that leap. And I think I'm going to do that when it is that I release the next Thought Patrol, which I don't have a date for yet because I'm still working on it. The scripting is a bitch. I'm not going to lie. Shit keeps happening. That's the problem with covering current events. Not even current events, but like doing deep dives on people and trying to keep current on said deep dives. The only reason the Johnny Depp video got done was because there was a lull in the reporting, and then there wasn't. at that point, the video was outdated, but it was still being used as like a reference. So you got to find that sweet spot where there's a lull just before the calm just before the storm, and that's when you hit. But it's a really hard thing to hit, and I can't always do it perfectly. But we're working on it. I think I figured it out for at least 2 episodes of Thought Patrol. I have 2 planned out. I just have the problem of producing it is the thing. Because, you know, I like to film all of my content in one take. But if I have updates to add to a story, I don't wanna film an add-on 2 days after the fact and then look like a completely separate person. I feel like that's super unprofessional, and I don't like doing it. So I like to do it all in one gigantic take, edit it out, crank it out, put it out, and then just let it accumulate views. And I know that's super frustrating for my viewers. But at the end, it takes a while, but I put out really good videos. You know I do. Pete, you seem like you are truly in love. That's awesome. I am. I couldn't imagine spending my life with anyone else. 5 and change, man. You gotta be crazy about somebody to spend that much time with them. To be that invested in a person. I miss him. I saw him like an hour and a half ago, but I still miss him. Especially after long distance. Of course you miss somebody. Daniel Fullman, do you put pins in that world map for places you've been? I don't, actually. It's funny that you say that, though, because we used to keep track of where it was that my grandparents were when they were traveling the world. So every time we got a postcard, we would add a pin to the world map. And so there are actual pinholes in the world map from where my grandparents have visited. Sometimes several places at the same time. But yeah, no, I've not done that myself. Maybe I'll gift it to my children and they can do the same thing. Thoughts on the Beirut blast? I saw that, and I just, because everyone else saw the video, right? The Beirut blast, the thing where the entirety of the earth was just kind of engulfed in a big old explosion in the immediate vicinity of where it was that the explosion happened. Here, let's bring it up. Let's see. The Beirut. I saw it, and my most immediate reaction was, now that's an explosion. And it's a thought, you know, it's not a good thought, but it's a thought. Here, let's watch it. I'll pull it up. I am a person of, hang on. Let's share the audio. Okay. So we start off with the smoky smoke, right? Is this the video? This isn't quite the video. No, it wasn't that one. Was it this one? It was the one where it was super smoky. No, not that one. Where's the one that I saw first? Not that one. Yeah, okay, there it is. There it is. This one was the one that I saw initially, and this one was the one that I thought was the most jarring because of that right there. That whole, like, percussive just whoosh initially as it's building and drawing itself out towards the rest of the city. That, to me, like I said, now that's an explosion. That is, like, from a purely technical standpoint, whoosh, wow, effective, knocking shit out. Holy shit. I've never seen anything like it. Not even in the movie, especially not in the movies. Come on. They're not going to actually execute. Let's watch that one more time. Look at that. That is a wave. That is disaster. That is a holy fuck moment. Imagine getting caught up in that. Imagine being in the heart of that devastation. Being present for that. Just, I know it's devastating. I know it's horrible, and I know that people have died and people are left in abysmal circumstances. But the sheer force of what we just witnessed, something to behold. That is a spectacle. Whew. And those are my thoughts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that Polly hasn't shown up, which is fine. Deep sadness. I miss Polly. We talked last night because we had to do the recording thing, but we didn't actually record because we had to reschedule for it because something came up. But that's okay. I have gotten all of the extra preparation work for our collab regarding the hottest men of the DC and Marvel comic book universes in the last 20 years of film. Basically, I'm just going to call it Weebo Objectifies Men, I think. I think that's the video title I'm going to go with. And hope for the best. But I have all of the supplementary material finished off. Now all that's left is to just record it with Polly and enjoy the fallback, and edit it, and then just upload it for you all to see. But that's going to be at some point, hopefully, within the next month. And then I have another video that I'm working on. It's all chopped up, so now all I have to do is add the rest of the shenanigans to it. Got 2 more Thought Patrols that I'm working on. I have no idea when those are going to be out, but rest assured, I am not an idle Weebo. I am diligently working. And I posted a Boomstick review on Wednesday. I know, or Boomstick Supercut. I know that it's kind of regurgitation of stream content, but it's for those in my audience that might not like to watch full streams and maybe just want little bite-sized chunks of content. And this is specialized towards that section of my audience that really likes firearms. So that's what the Boomstick Supercuts will be. The Boomstick reviews will probably be me going to the range and looking at different guns and enjoying the way that they shoot. So, yes. I will have to get my hands on a GoPro for that, though. I have one, but I'd like to get my own and not have to borrow it from my father when I go to the range, because I don't know if he'd let me in actuality. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at right now, content-wise. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Cocktail Hour, this solo Weebo. And I hope that, you know, you have a good weekend, because I certainly will be. I'm watching Lord of the Rings this weekend. All of them. Extended cuts included. I made vodka gummy bears for this weekend. I'm psyched. I'm ready. Let's go. Anyway, so enjoy your weekend. I'll see you when I see you next, whenever that might be. And thank you to those who donated, liked, commented, subscribed, and shared this stream, and to those who will do so in the future. Much appreciated. See you guys when I see you. Bye.